The older that I get, the more that I realise what kind of escapist attraction there is to taking on the role of somebody else. As I've been through that. I love theatre. I thought it was great, and I thought there was a way of doing something exciting with the stage and rock. The idea of a prefabricated rock star, one that didn't exist, a sampled rock star, I thought was kind of cool. The time that I really, I guess, put it all together and really tried to make it work was on the first tour of this character called Ziggy Stardust that I developed. The theatre elements were somewhere between Clockwork Orange and kabuki theatre. Just these, grab this and grab that. A real rag bag of information that didn't actually make any real literal sense. In interviews and stuff, I would just either quote James Dean or Nietzsche. It didn't really matter, because all the ingredients that went into it, people would interpret that, and I'd agree with them.
He represents it all to me. Excitement, space. See, I'm just the space cadet, he's the commander.
I thought, golly, what power. Gosh. Shining I let the whole thing trickle over into my life to such a degree that it affected me dramatically and traumatically for quite a few years during the 70s.
Yes, I had a kind of a strange psychosomatic death wish thing. Because I was so lost in Ziggy, it was all that schizophrenia.
How much did Ziggy's death have to do with his own personality or with the circumstances in which he existed, or with the...
Yeah, it was his own personality being unable to cope with the circumstances he found himself in, which is being an almighty prophet-like superstar rocker who found he didn't know what to do with it once he got it. Which is, it's an archetype, really. It's the definitive rock and roll star. It often happens.
I don't think anybody can really prepare themselves for fame on the level that we've had. When you try to think about what it'll be like to be famous, you can only comprehend it within the scope of what you've experienced or what you know to be out there. It's so beyond that. There's hot and cold running women, drugs, alcohol, food, limousines, jets, and you very quickly begin to believe that that's the way to live.
We're pampered beyond belief, us, rock and roll superstars. And I still like to get pampered. I'm not being hypocritical, but not to the degrees that we prance around and we're very, very spoiled.
I never tie my own shoelace. Never. It's just not the thing done in rock and roll.
Ironically, you become a rock star because you don't want to do what people tell you to do. It's the classic thing. You want to rebel. You want to have control of your own life. What happens is, if you get extremely famous, you lose that control again because so many people are looking for pieces of you.
And you suddenly, you got friends you thought you'd never have,
Hi, fellas! How you doing?
A lot of people show up, and you have to kind of sort out why they've shown up.
Yes, Bobby Blackman.
Like suckerfish, those people on the sidelines, lawyers, managers, everybody's starting to call you, hey, babe.
Everybody wants to start advising you what to do, and I get confused,
this is it. I got it. I fucking have it. Because it plays off that. There was this author a few years ago. Her name is Anais.
We couldn't work out how these people had those jobs and how they possibly retained them, because such an awful amount of them seem to be such complete dickheads.
Artie fucking Polymer Records, how are you? I'm your promo man here in Chicago.
Well, that's great.
I love you guys.
When you're allowed the self-indulgence of being anybody you want to be and having somebody tell you that that's okay, it's very frightening. And in a lot of ways, your art will suffer. I think the 70s was the time when that danger became most apparent, because that's really when everybody started making a lot of money. And when you have money, it buys you influence. When you have influence, it buys you power.
Well, fame in the 70s, it's like equals power, and you have the power to get what you want. You know, so I mean, we used it to party.
You know, we were the Toxic Twins, and we had to, you know, live by night and not by day, and we slept all day, haha, and isn't that marvelous? And it was fun. When I got sober, I got pissed off that I didn't make love to all these women. I was in the bathroom with, you know, this guy and that guy and this girl and that girl, and just, you know, filling my nose and filling my arms, and I really didn't get a chance to revel in it.
The torture of fame and success and lots and lots of money is not a subject that's guaranteed to win an awful lot of sympathy with other people, I can tell you that.
It was fun for a long time because it was just me and the boys and our jet. You know, I mean, how cool could that be? If you're a millionaire at 20 years old and you're unattached, you don't have any responsibility except to have as much fun as you possibly can. At least that was the idea in the 70s. I think there's more of a social conscience now than there was then. At that time, it was just have fun.